Welcome to this segment of the program. Inuarata no Sahai is my name, and I'm here to add value to your day, add value to your career and business. Now, this morning we are going to be discussing on 6 negative ways team leaders contribute to team failure. 6 negative ways team leaders contribute to team failure. Now, teams exist to solve problems. This is what defines a team. You know, a team is not defined by the color of the dress code of the members of that team. A team is not defined by the color of the jersey of that team. A team is defined by the problem it has been established to solve. And this is the mindset, the orientation, the problem-solving orientation must be the mindset of the very highest person in that team to the least person in that team or to the last person in that team. You know, everybody must work with this, problem-solving orientation to see that solutions are always brought to the table. Now, when a team is not solving the problem it has been established to solve, when a team is unable to solve the problem or the problems the team has been established to solve, it means that the team has failed, or it means that the team is failing. And oftentimes, when you look critically into team failure, the cause of that failure is always traceable to the team leaders. When you look very well at the cause of team failures, the team leaders are oftentimes at fault when it comes to the issue of team failure. So that is why this morning the conversation is on 6 negative ways team leaders contribute to team failure. And number 1 is, you see a situation whereby some team leaders assume that problem solving is just common sense. They run their team with the mindset and approach of problem solving is just common sense. And with this kind of attitude, with this kind of disposition, they don't engage in capacity building. They don't engage in training, not to talk about retraining. They just employ somebody and they place you there because you are a graduate, or because you went to school, or because you are of a certain age, and they just assume that with common sense you should be able to solve the problems the team has been established to solve. And it doesn't work that way. The ability to solve problems, problem solving ability, is driven and sustained by capacity building. This is so important. Capacity is the ability to perform. Capacity building is strengthening and enhancing the ability to perform. When you do not build the capacity of your people, you are not helping yourself. You are not helping your team. So the mistake some team leaders make is that they assume that problem solving is just common sense. They don't train their people. And when these people make mistakes, all hell will just break loose. They want to, they reprimand the team members and bring consequences, to him or her, forgetting that if you don't train them, you can't blame them. If you don't train them, you can't blame them. So the number 1 mistake some team leaders make when it comes to the issue of negatively contributing to team failure is that they assume that problem solving is just common sense. There is no team training. They forget, like I said, if you don't train them, you can't blame them. Then number 2, some team leaders refuse to listen to ideas and idea recommendation from team members. Some of them just run they drive their team with this mindset of, as long as the idea is coming from my subordinate, it's not a worthwhile idea. As long as it's coming from a team member, it's not a good idea. Forgetting that you don't know it all. We know in part. Even if you are a professor, it is a part you still know. You still don't know it all. And you should understand that, your team members are actually leverages for you to ascend to your next level of growth. They are there to help you move to your next level of progress. There are things they know that you don't know. They are there for you as your leverages, as your fulcrum, for you to gain balance and be able to move things forward. Some team leaders make the mistake of not listening to ideas or idea recommendations from their team members just because they feel that subordinates are not capable of coming up with worthwhile idea contribution, and that at the end of the day contributes significantly to the failure of the team. Then the third negative way team leaders contribute to team failure is unhealthy micromanaging of team members. unhealthy micromanaging, serious close marking. Now you get the person employed, you have the responsibility to mentor and coach the person, and then give the person some space. But when you keep on, micromanaging this person, we are going to see a situation whereby this person will not build self-confidence. This person will not believe in his capacity to solve problems. This person will not believe in himself. The team member will start doubting himself. And when a team member starts doubting himself, when that self-confidence is not there, we are going to see a situation whereby the team member will not be able to contribute his best to the team. Now, where is it coming from? It's coming from the team leader, over micromanaging, unhealthy micromanaging of team members. That is the third negative way that team leaders contribute to team failure. Then the fourth one is engaging in demoralizing criticism. When the team member does something good, when there is excellent performance from team members, you don't give them accolade, you don't appreciate them, you have never told them well done. But whenever there is any form of mistake from them, you just, all hell just break loose. You just want to eat them up. You start, criticizing them. And some team leaders, what they do even goes beyond criticism. They actually insult team members. And they insult these team members in the presence of their subordinates. Worse off, some team leaders insult their team members publicly in the presence of customers. This is demoralizing. This deflates the morale, the confidence, the self-esteem of that team member. And at the end of the day, the team member goes into his or her shell, and the team member is not able to contribute significant value to the team or to the organization or to the system. And this is not for your good at all as a team leader. Then the fifth one, we are looking at 6 negative ways that team leaders contribute to team failure. 6 negative ways. This fifth one this morning is making it difficult for team members to get information about the business. Making it very, very difficult for team members to get information about the business. Now, if you make it difficult for your team members to get information about your business or about the team, about the organization or system, you are also making it difficult for them to protect the organization or system, because they don't know where to protect it from. They don't know the loopholes. They don't know the lacunas in the system. They don't even know the strong points of the system. They have no proper understanding of the SWOT, the SWOT, of analysis of the system. You are hoarding lots of information, and with that, you are making it difficult for them to be able to protect the system, protect the team, or protect the organization. That is what happens when you make it difficult for team members to have access to information about the business. You are equally making it difficult for them to protect the business, to protect the team, and protect the organization. With this kind of negative approach, team leaders contribute to team failure. And the sixth one, as we begin to move towards wrapping up today, is you see a situation whereby some team leaders don't involve team members when it comes to policies and procedures change decisions. When you are making policy change, you are making procedure change, you don't involve them. And also, you don't even give them a pre-information. You don't pre-inform team members about an upcoming policy change or a procedure change, this change that will be coming very soon. They are not aware. Everything always happens suddenly to them, and they don't know, where to start from. And at the end of the day, this is not helping your team. This is not helping your organization. As a way of a recap, this morning we are looking at 6 ways team leaders contribute to team failure. 6 negative ways team leaders contribute to team failure. Number 1, I said some team leaders assume problem solving is just common sense, and as a result, they don't do training. Then number 2, some team leaders don't listen to ideas or idea contribution or recommendations from team members because they feel that as long as you are subordinate, you cannot contribute worthwhile ideas. Then number 3, there is unhealthy micromanaging of team members, which makes team members to lose confidence in themselves. Number 4, they engage in demoralizing criticism. Number 5, make it difficult for team members to have access to information in the team. And number 6, they don't involve team members when it comes to making policy changes and decision, changes in the system. So I believe a lot of value have been added to you today. I'll be seeing you next week, Wednesday. And when I return, I will still remain the amiable. Inwagata no Sahai. God bless you.
All right.